Hi Sagittarius, welcome back to my channel Tarot Z. I am Z and I'm going to be doing your tarot reading, finding out what are the messages with the cards that come up in today's reading for you. Thank you so much for joining and for being here for the reading. So let's begin. Let's find out what cards come out and what messages come through the cards that come up in today's reading. So the first card we have is the Two of Cups. We have some water sign energy with this. You could be dealing with Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. And we have the Queen of Swords. And we have the Fool card. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Chariot card, and we have some more Cancer energy with this. Could be dealing with a Cancer. But the Chariot card showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of forward movement. Feels like being able to experience a sense of forward progression when it comes to being able to work or move past an obstacle in your way. I do feel like with the Chariot card showing up over here, even within a connection, this does feel like a sense of being able to have a connection that's moving forward. I do feel like there's a future, and I do feel like with the Chariot card showing up over here, it also feels like this could also have to do with travel on the horizon. But with this Two of Cups showing up over here, I do feel like this does feel like an energy of actually having and desiring a connection with a sense of emotional depth. Do you feel like with the Two of Cups showing up over here, this energy feels very compatible? I do feel like the person you are dealing with is someone who is, it's like they are after a relationship, or they want a strong partnership. I do feel like with this Two of Cups showing up over here, it does feel like a strong connection, and it does feel like being able to connect on a deep level and be on the same page. So I do feel like there's a lot of compatibility, but also very mutual energy in the feelings involved in this connection. But this person definitely sees this connection and feels it on a deep level. There are emotions involved. I do feel like with this Queen of Swords showing up over here though, this does feel like a cautious energy. It also feels like a sense of kind of wanting to be able to have a connection that makes sense. So I do feel like there is communication, but it does feel like things also being kind of laid out in this connection in a way that is a lot of clarity. I do feel like with the Queen of Swords showing up over here, this does feel like a cautious energy, and it does feel like a lot of that self-protecting, cautious kind of approach or outlook on things having to do with a lot of wisdom derived from past experiences, and also having an intellectual, a logical outlook on things, and kind of wanting things to make sense within this connection. And with this Queen of Swords showing up over here, I do feel like this does feel like an energy of also not tolerating any less than what you are wanting. I do feel like with the Fool card though, this does feel like an energy of connection with a very exciting start. Something about this connection feels very exciting, or this time. And I do feel like with the Fool card showing up over here, it does feel like a leap of faith. So it does feel like even with this cautious energy of this Queen of Swords, I do feel like with this this cautious energy, it does feel like the mind and the heart being in alignment with pursuing this connection. But I do feel like with the Fool card showing up over here, it feels like taking a leap of faith within this connection. And I also get that the person you are dealing with has a lot of emotions. I do feel like they could have that head over heels feeling in this connection with you. So I'm going to clarify these cards. We have the Seven of Cups, and it's in the reverse. And we have the Magician. And with the Magician, it has some Gemini energy. You could also be dealing with a Gemini. And we've got the Queen of Cups. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Three of Pentacles. So the Three of Pentacles showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of actually being I do feel like there is a desire to make things work and being able to make a relationship work. It does feel like being able to be on the same wavelength when it comes to making things work in this connection and approaching things. I do feel like with the Three of Pentacles showing up over here, this energy does feel like practically this connection also being one that is I do feel like the practical side of things being taken into consideration when it comes to making this connection work. But I do feel like with the Three of Pentacles showing up over here, you definitely are getting noticed by this person, or being able to have a connection that when it comes to this person, they stand out to you. They're someone who I do feel like you notice. I do feel like with the Seven of Cups showing up in the reverse, this feels like an energy of this person also being in a space where they're choosing this connection. I feel like this energy being very realistic in the way in which they're approaching things. And I do feel like this also feels like this person prioritizing this connection above any other connections. I do feel like they're choosing this connection, but I do feel like with the Seven of Cups showing up over here, it does feel like there are options, but they're consciously making that choice to choose this connection. With the Magician card showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of this connection being one that does have a lot of, I do feel like there's a lot of attraction in the connection. It does feel like feeling very drawn to this person, something that they do, the way they show up, being something that's drawing you in. But this Magician card showing up over here, I also feel like it's a proactive energy. So it does feel like also being able to put action behind a lot of the words. Because with this Magician card showing up over here, I do feel like there could be a lot of verbal communication, but I do feel like it's also backed up by a lot of action, and also drawing from a lot of different resources in order to make this connection work. It does feel like this person feeling this connection as one that they are wanting to go above and beyond for. But with the Queen of Cups showing up over here, I do feel like there's an emotional investment from this person as well. They do have strong feelings, and I do feel like there's a lot of depth to this connection as far as the way that they are feeling this connection to you. Do you feel like with the Queen of Cups showing up over here, this energy feels sincere? It feels like it's coming from a space that is very real, very deep when it comes to the feelings and the connection. I do get that with this Queen of Cups showing up over here. This also feels like energy of being available for being able to actually dive into this connection on a deep level and be able to actually see where things go as far as this this deep feeling of connection in this connection. I do get that with this Queen of Cups showing up over here. This energy also feels very, I do feel like it's like this person is very, they have a way of making the situation feel comfortable, or they are very considerate in order to be able to ensure that everything is comfortable. And I do feel like there's a gentleness to them, but it does feel like it's coming from a compassionate place. I do feel like this person also being emotionally, they are invested. I feel like there's a lot of care, deep care from them towards you and towards the situation. But I do feel like there are actions also being taken from this person that's also showing this connection as it's one that's not like just any connection. There's a lot of depth here. So I'm going to clarify these cards. We have, this could be the one, and we have chemistry. And we have give your relationship a chance. So with this could be the one card showing up over here. Do you feel like this person does hold you in high regards? I do get this pertaining to Three of Pentacles. It's like something about you is something that does it for this person. You stand out to them. They notice you. And I do feel like they even have a very, they hold you in a high regard, but they have a very, it's like they admire you. And I do feel like with this could be the one card showing up over here. It does feel like also an energy of choosing. It's like they are choosing this connection. They are choosing you. And with the Seven of Cups showing up in the reverse, this energy does also feel like kind of letting go of all other options and making a decision to choose this connection. But I do feel like this person emotionally, they're emotionally tied to the situation. It's like there's a lot of emotions from them. But I do feel like them noticing you as the one. I do feel like with this chemistry card showing up over here, it does feel like it's pertaining to this Magician card. It does feel like having a connection where you are in the same wavelength. And I do feel like there is also a sense of actually manifesting a lot of a lot of alignment, which is aligning you in this connection with this person. Do you feel like there's a sense of being on the same wavelength? But I do feel like there's a powerful connection here between the two of you. And I do get that with this Magician card showing up over here. This also feels like a very attractive energy as far as feeling very drawn to the situation or drawn to this person. This person also reciprocating a lot of that attraction. I do feel like there's a lot of magnetic attraction involved in your connection. But this give you a relationship, a chance card showing up over here. I do feel like there is a desire to make things work and to work on your connection and to take this connection seriously. This person wants you to give them a chance. I do get this pertaining to this Queen of Swords. With this Queen of Swords, this does feel a bit intimidating at times when it comes to the energy that you may be giving off. But I do feel like this person, it's like they're not holding back or they're not intimidated or threatened. I do feel like there's a desire to be able to prove something to you and to be also able to work on this partnership. I do feel like with this Queen of Swords, the energy does also feel a little bit guarded. So I do feel like there is a sense of actually trying to be able to kind of win you over from this person. So those are the messages I'm getting with these cards for you, Sagittarius. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye, Sagittarius.